Hi everybody, Atou did it again. After we were done recording, he figured out the extra game menu picture. Congratulations, choose extra game to go on a more challenging quest. In this quest, you can't save and your max health is 3. Oh fuck.
What?
We can't save, meaning we'd have to go through the whole thing without dying? We could save normally?
Let's do it. Yeah, let's just hop in, see what's required, and if it's just too much, then we'll just move on.
There it is. No more border.
Oh, okay.
Oh! File 1 is now Hero of Lore. But anyway, I'm gonna put the border back on. There you go, you have to hold plus and minus for a little bit. What's bonus games?
I'd imagine it's just a mini games, but without the time constraints.
That's pretty cool.
Well, why not go into them?
Okay, fine. Crane Fever, Quick Draw, Egg Catcher versus Boss. Which one? All of them? Oh right, those rooms are the bosses. Those were technically minigames.
Were they?
Yeah, because it's like they were an extra door you had to do, and there was always a boss, and you just beat them up real quick. We usually could grab an item to go in there, but otherwise you didn't need one. Because as long as a fight can be...
just click into it, just to be sure.
Oh, it's just boss rush.
Okay.
So, we just fight whispers.
Well, I say just exit. Oh. Or die. You know, that works.
Hold on, I read about how to do this. It's not do... There we go! That's how you make Kirby! First draw circle! So the reset is A, B, L, and R, and I just read that in the instruction book a minute ago, when you weren't looking. Alright, I'm gonna do a quick draw. Okay. They'll never see it coming. That's a Persona 5 reference or something. Oops! I pressed A too early. Oops! I pressed A too early. Oh no, not in the bonus. Nobinus. You only get 2 goes and that's how it does it to you, huh? Alrighty, let's start this. Wait, oh. So what happens in here where Kirby dies this time? That'd be funny if it changed the intro to Kirby just dies instead of whatever happens. It's extra, that's how much harder it is. What are we doing over here? We beat the game. I'm kidding. I'm curious how hard this is gonna be. Beam.
I wonder if it's just like the bonus in the remake, to where you just have 3 pips instead of 6.
That was weird. I'm still wondering what it means by you can't save. Like, I don't recall us being able to save to begin with, so that's even weirder.
So anyways, I was talking about... What was I talking about?
The Kshatriya. I mean, no, you weren't. You're talking about cats earlier? I don't know, what were you last talking about? You talking about Monster Hunter a lot, but that was something else. That was a different episode.
Oh, right, I was talking about naming conventions.
Oh, come on! You didn't let me suck him up.
Like, I was trying to talk about, but... You know, the name I was trying to come up with my Trenya. And, I believe I, ended off with, going with something along the lines of necrophilia.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you suggested, to spell it a certain way, yeah?
Yes.
Such as...
N-E-K-O apostrophe and then philia.
Okay. Right.
Irish with it. Whoa! I wasn't ready for that. What's wrong with his face? Is it squinched because I was grabbing him wrong? That's funny. Well, this is harder, definitely. Damn, I still didn't get it, maybe. That went so fast. That's a nice little detail to the sprite of it getting squished because it's falling on it instead of going around. Oh, I've got another Nobinus. This is a jip. Let me in. Hey. Damn. I was hoping to make like a knocking sound. Why don't I
is it
remember?
my turn?
You know what? You're right. Sorry. Well, first stage wasn't insanely hard, but I also forgot about the 3 health pips, so whoops. That's probably why I died so fast. You know, it's gonna be a weird game to try to play for the channel someday.
Huh.
Any import fighting games, because do you even have your PS2 that could do that anymore?
Oh, heck yeah.
Would it still work? Because mine died when we tried to play Yakuza. Like, we had to get another replacement one. I believe we even covered it. Oh, shit. Oh, that's right. A big Poppy Bros can do the crash ability. That's why I got crash from him before. I forgot. Regular Poppy Bros don't give bombs in here.
Okay.
I wonder what happens when you die in this mode now. If it sends you back to the beginning of the whole world, that sucks. You only got 3 hits, so it's even harder.
Darn it.
And you're already put to top. I don't know what it was about the animation for his big stab, but I like it. It's funny. Whoa! Whoa! Yeah, there's one thing I don't like about the new Kirby game, and that's the enemies' designs when you make them a Kirby ally. They just look like they're not liking their old selves, and that throws me for a loop. Oh shit, nice. The one thing I didn't notice in the initial trailer was that Kirby puts his hat on them if he had that power up. Which I thought, that's actually pretty clever. I didn't notice it before.
What do you mean?
As in, like, if you went and did a friend capture of a water enemy, they would get his little torrential water hat for that on that enemy. Instead of being like how usually it's, where it's just the enemy, but they're slightly colored differently. Now they're slightly colored differently, look a little different, and they have the Kirby hat, as if you'd been using their transformation. So basically, Poppy Bros gets the little funny doodly hat that Kirby does in the later games when he gets bombs.
Ah.
So they don't have the regular knapsack hat like that. I don't know why I said knapsack, I meant to say napping hat. Whatever you want to call it, I have no idea.
Nightcap?
Thank you. Why couldn't I remember words? Watch out for the spikies. Watch out for Brumelda, that's what I'm going to call it for no reason. I heard Sweeping Power came back in this newest Kirby game, and I was like, that was an ability in the game?
You know, as far as newest Kirby games with possible returning characters, I would like to see that one witch character.
That one that's in the background of Kirby 64?
Yes, she actually, used to be somewhat of a common enemy.
Okay.
Yep.
Well, she probably could appear, you never know. We're doing it. We're making it through extra mode, maybe.
Ah, almost.
It's okay. I'm really curious about when we get the eventual death, when the difficulty ramps up really hard.
Well, here you go. Looks like we just may find out.
What's that supposed to mean? You trying to say I'm not Meta Knighty enough? Oh, I would die to that cannon if I had not forgotten. Oh, jeez, they're looking at me. Oh, jeez, they're still looking at me. My sword graphic is off screen, so it looks like I have a problem. Ah! No, you don't. Not that easily. Ha! You thought standing in the way of the door was enough to get me, huh? What's with these empty paintings on the wall? Actually, this is kind of weird. What is this wall supposed to be? Just like nondescript architecture or nondescript holes in the wall of... Oh, fuck! He actually juked me on that one! I went for a slash and he ducked it and I didn't stop. Alright, so what happens? What happens when we do continue at level 3 of World 1? If it really is just... it always does this when we do continue, but are we at the level 1 again? And have to earn our way back? Because that is going to be, in my opinion, a little too difficult. Okay, so... what doesn't it save? Because it says we can't save, so what doesn't save, I wonder? Because everything seems to be here. Oops, I meant to jump. But I forgot what the jump button was. Oh man, I was gonna do a cool trick.
Yeah, it doesn't look like much of anything changed to me. So, yeah, this looks like a Nightmare of Dreamland's extra mode. Just go through the entire game with only 3 pips.
Still weird, though. You can't save. Okay. Shit.
Oh, that reminds me. So, I believe you told me that someone revealed that in a Kirby art book that Atou and Adeline are in fact the same person.
Yes, because in the original version of the game, her name was written out in kanji, whatever the Japanese language would be normally then. Fuck, I'm just gonna stop. Is written out and it would phonetically sound like Adorino, which matches up with regular Adeline in Kirby 3, is that it's spelled the same there even. So, yeah, also the book even said that they are supposed to be the same person. That's the more important thing, besides of how the name was spelled, that the art book did say they're the same person. So, yeah, I was very surprised when that info came up in that video. I was like, why'd nobody bring up this art book in the history of wikis in Kirby? All info! Look at all the info! That's how we know things, like in Dark Souls and Bloodborne, when there's stuff that nobody talked about. Ow.
Especially with the Star Wars movies.
Sure. What? Fuck, I was trying to jump! What about the Star Wars movies and books?
You know, the latest series of Star Wars movies, like, what was it, The Force Awakens and all that?
After the great retcon of all the pre-existing universes didn't matter?
Yeah. Once the extended universe became the extended universe.
Yeah.
And that if it's not these, then it's not canon.
Or, you know, anything after that point. Apparently Star Wars Rebels is like, oh yeah, this totally is for real. This happened before the Rebels and shit. And also, before Rogue One or something, I don't know. But it's like before the Rebels did their first attack and Luke was the big deal. That's what Star Wars Rebels is supposed to be about. Which is a CG show on Disney XD, in case you didn't know. Which you seem like you didn't know, so anywho, I'm done tangenting about that.
Alright. So, something that always caught me as weird was that the second to latest Star Wars movie opened up with like, oh, you know, here's the Empire, the Neo Empire or whatever, and like, you know, the Leia and the Rebels are fighting them and stuff like that, and that all struck me as extremely weird and what's the word? Defeatist, kind of. It's like, yeah, to me that felt like it like undid everything the previous three movies do, because like didn't the previous three movies set up, oh, beat Palpatine, you beat the Empire and all that kind of stuff. So like, isn't this whole thing that what the Neo Empire, the Rebels, like? But I thought that the Republic was reestablished. It's like, yeah, it seemed to be really out of nowhere. Like, doesn't it seem?
Yeah.
It's like, you know, what happened that just undid everything that Luke and the others did in the previous movies?
Good question.
Yeah, I found out that was revealed in an art book.
Ah.
And that's not some place where you should, like, you know, find out this kind of information for, like, the Star Wars movies, don't you think?
Well, unfortunately, for whatever reason, they're focusing less on any of the story and politics in the new movies and only on these select 3 characters. Or whatever, and this, like, this is what the new war is.
Oh, speaking of that, something is, like, I actually found out, via this art book, that they actually did have scenes that talked about what led up to things, being the way they are, but they cut them for some reason.
I wonder if that was J.J. Abrams' decision, or whoever the hell is in charge of those at Disney. Because Disney has some say in the stuff, it's why Rogue One ended up being a less... whatever movie it was going to be originally. They, like, reshot a lot of the movie. Because suddenly Disney stepped in and was like, well, it's not exactly family-friendly. It's like, it wasn't supposed to be. Fuck off. But that's not part of their brand deal with the thing, is that... No. So much so that some people even say we're never going to get another Marvel vs. Capcom for as long as Disney owns Marvel. Like, because of like, just how this last game was, and like, well, they're not gonna like how it was not good at all for some people. Also, something about like why is Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite not going to be an Evo of all games? And the reason apparently is that because Disney said so.
Really?
Supposedly, I'm not trying to trust any of that because I don't know what the fuck's even going on at Disney at all. Yeah, I was about to say you're gonna not want to do that there.
Okay. Well, that's interesting, but you know, from what I saw, that was you know. It was a decision totally by Evo.
Oh, okay.
Like, I could have swore I saw this interview where, like, a guy was going over why they picked what they picked for Evo, and even went over, like, you know, the like how they're disappointed with how Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite turned out, and like you know, here's these other games, and so they're gonna go with them instead. Something along those lines. I'm paraphrasing extremely heavily, but still, like that kind of stuff. But you know, my hope. Oh.
Yeah, I almost forgot. I thought it was a bonus enemy. It's like, oh no.
Why am I not running?
You are running. It automatically puts you in run mode.
Oh. Okay, it's just the frames are so...
Yeah, I know.
Huh. Okay.
How do you get the one up? Good job, because you skipped that other one.
I didn't notice.
Yeah, I don't think you had much of a choice in that
Well,
situation.
here's what I'm hoping. That Disney, like, if they are the ones responsible for why Infinite turned out the way it did, see how horrible Infinite did, and just decide to leave it to Capcom from then on. And then Capcom will reel it back in to, like, how it used to be. And, you know, Marvel would just, you know, fine, whatever, go ahead, just you know, use them. You know, just start making us the money again. Like, that's what I'm kind of hoping things are going to be.
I remember when one of the earliest statements for that game is like, we're not going to go based off of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Cue any character they showed in that game, instantly showing that that was a big fucking lie. It's like, I don't know, Captain America looks a little over-designed here, like it's realistic, which this is a video game, so he shouldn't. Especially it's a big crossover space dimension. By the way, how'd you guys like that boss fight? I thought he'd shoot an apple, but he did not. I guess that was my boss battle, so there you go.
Oh yeah, that's what you get when you go in with a weapon.
Yeah, I might try to focus more on doing that than willy-nilly like before, if this is gonna be harder. Die more easily. Oh man, that last stage is gonna be a bitch. Oh, fuck.
What, with DDD?
No, Nightmare. Well, yeah, that and DDD, because...
Oh, DDD will be easy. Nightmare's gonna be the problem.
Alright, we can use any weapon on DDD, and I didn't do that. Whoops.
Yep.
Anyway, what the hell was I talking about? Alright, but... No, actually, what was I talking about? Marvel Infinite, right?
Right.
And then as every other character came up, and it was like, Hawkeye and his boring fucking design that never looked good. A dude with purple shades to represent that he had something purple about him at some point. It's like the weirdest thing to me. It's like, I really like his classic design because it's so ridiculous that it stands out when it shows off that he's a fucking badass with what he's limited to. So it's like, don't make fun of him. He's fucking serious. He's got explosive arrows and an Ant-Man with him at all times. At least that version.
Yeah, and how like the first 3 DLC characters are all movie characters.
I don't know. I mean, they managed to have
wasn't
one...
it Bucky, Black Widow, and
Venom, but then
Black Panther?
No, Black Panther was already in the game.
Oh, it wasn't?
He wasn't? Wait.
No, Panther's DLC.
I'm confused. I thought... Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm thinking about the first DLC pack. I forgot about this. I forgot about that.
I was so distraught with your statement.
Sorry, I forgot.
I just couldn't.
I forgot about the first DLC season, which included Sigma and Black Panther, and Monster Hunter Girl, who we're just going to call Monster Hunter now, because you know that's why.
Why not Mon Honey?
No.
Come on, Mon Honey.
No. 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 Also, I think it's time for something that you needed to do.
What?
Let's see, 7:30.
Oh, no, we got time.
Alright. Alright, what were we doing? I left. Alright.
Well, we were discussing about how we were going to call Monster Hunter and Capcom vs. Infinite the failure Mon Honey.
No. Ow, I was going to eat him, but I didn't know he was about to start attacking right then and there.
But, let's see, Marvel, Capcom, Infinite. I was just saying, like, you know, not based off movies. Well, then why is it your first DLC characters are all movie characters?
I know, that's what I'm saying. Like, that roster pick didn't help from there at all.
Yeah, and no X-Men. Like, god dang, no X-Men.
Right, but there's the crappy legal reason for that.
What legal reason?
That frickin' Marvel hasn't been able to get Fox to let the fuck go of that goddamn license.
Okay, but that doesn't matter with the video games, remember?
But that apparently is a problem that does matter with the video games.
Well, that only mattered in the sense to where if, you know, the rumors are true that Marvel wanted to use the game to advertise the movies and drop the X-Men because it couldn't advertise them. But I'm just saying that, you know, from the video game standpoint, that don't matter. And besides, Fox only owns the movie rights. They don't own video game rights.
Okay.
Wait a second.
Not Fox. Yeah, Fox. Never mind.
Disney got Fox. So, that's not an issue anymore.
It shouldn't be, but it's going to be for some reason.
But, yeah, overall, the hope would be that Disney will, you know, learn, or Marvel, you know, whoever did what they did with Infinite would be like, well, better not executive meddle with that again. You know, because it kind of feels odd to, like, you know, to hear that it did not essentially get the pity vote. Well, you know, it has to.
Yes!
Like, I'm honestly surprised that the latest Smash Brothers got a spot on Evo.
I wouldn't be.
Before the latest, like, Marvel Versus got a spot. Because, you know, I would think, well, Melee's already in there, guaranteed. So, you know, you could do without the latest Smash, but, you know, just to go without even one Marvel Versus?
Especially after they re-released 3 on the PS4, and that was kind of a good idea. Especially given the situation.
3 or 3 Ultimate?
3 Ultimate, sorry.
Wait a sec, are you serious? They re-released 3 Ultimate on the PS4?
They did that as soon as they announced Marvel Infinite, and they're like, and also today, this was coming out! It's like, oh, fuck. This one sucks. There's like an extra slide to the fucking crane.
Right.
And that version actually comes with everything, so Shuma and Jill are not DLC permanently. They're actually already in there by default. That still bugs me about Ultimate. I was like, why did they not put them in there by default? They could have. They put the extra 12 characters, or 8, I forget how many. Point is, they put in more than 4, which is what people thought, and then they realized... Sorry, I have a wheel from the last mission. Careful. Select. Minus, whatever button.
Oh, no, I was like making sure if I was taking the right path.
Oh, okay.
Okay, what you're saying?
Then, when they initially had that release and they only showed off that many, then they seemingly realized people might want to know there's a lot more than just 4 characters so they don't get super pissed. And it was like, included everybody that they wanted that was missing, that they thought should be in there, and then they were. Like Phoenix Wright, the big surprise. By the way, I heard like, in the Steven Gunner channel, they did like the turnabout theme or whatever. You know, like the regular Phoenix Wright theme, not the... No, that's not it. Investigation, is that it, or is it questioning?
Are the fish wearing fishing goggles?
Yes, and not fishing goggles, swim goggles.
Swim goggles.
But you know what I mean, right? Like the theme that would play for Phoenix Wright in Marvel 3 whenever you're just fighting with them. Like, that's Investigation, right?
Yeah.
Okay. They didn't upload it. That was Investigation theme, and I was like, wait, I'm not getting what's different about this. Then somebody pointed out it's the Marvel version. I was like, oh, that explains why it sounds super familiar, but not at all different. So basically all the extra and different instruments and whatnot, but in like the sound font of the original Phoenix Wright game. It was pretty cool sounding. I was like, that's a neat touch. Now I hope that they do Cornered eventually, but the Marvel version. So we're not going to try to get secrets this time, right? Because we don't really need to. Oh, we already have Sword. That's all we need for the rest of the game. If we need any extra power-up.
Well, there is one power that would be best.
Tornado?
Yes.
But we never even used it that much. Watch out!
You never used it. I wanted to use it, though.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry we ruined everything. Now I'll have to look up a guide to see where do you unlock Tornado so we can optimize this run for extra modes.
Can we just go into our old save and, like, go through, like, what the doors are?
Yeah, but we need to know which room specifically unlocked the secret of that extra room, and not unlocking a different extra secret room. Don't you know? This friggin' music's just great. I don't know if you can eat the chain ball dudes. Never mind. Just go and prove me wrong. That's fine.
Oh shoot! Wasn't expecting him to jump.
They can jump? Holy shit, they can jump. Alright, I was about to say, did it end? Is it over? Did you do it? I'm trying to find that thing on the internet.
Ah, okay. But, what was I saying?
Oh, we're
right.
talking about Marvel and disappointment.
Art books and how you shouldn't need to learn the stuff via that. Okay, so I found out via art book about why the things are the way they are in the latest Star Wars movies. Like at the end of like the Star Wars movies. Alright, it's your turn. At the end of the Star Wars movies from last time, before the next trilogy became a thing, what happened is that the New Republic was made, and they told the remnants of the Empire to lay down their arms, we're done fighting, and there was a bunch of the Empire that was like, no, and so they ran away to the Outer Rim, or that part of space that's not mapped, where everyone can hide out there, so they were all like, okay, well, a bunch of the Empire laid down their arms, and we're starting to rebuild, and we want peace, which means that we no longer want a standing army, because now is the time of peace. And then Leia is all like, are you guys idiots? A bunch of the Empire refused to put down their weapons and ran away out there. We don't know what's going on with them. And the New Republic's response was, but peace. So they totally super disarmed themselves to show we're now a new peaceful government. And then Leia was like, no. And so she took a bunch of generals, and they called themselves the rebels because they were rebelling against what the government was doing of putting down their arms. So they went off to become this vigilante group or militia or something like that. And what happened was that the new Empire, they were out there building Star Destroyers or something like that. So new Empire came in, saw that the Republic had no weapons, and just started dominating.
I knew it was gonna happen.
Yeah, dominating, taking over everything, and the plan was that as they took over stuff, old Empire remnants would rejoin them, because the new Empire is back and stuff like that. And that is how we got to this situation that we are in The Force Awakens. That's how we still have the rebels, because Leia and a select few were the only ones smart enough to not dismantle their guns. And why we have the Neo Empire and how they're so ungodly powerful when they really shouldn't be. Because the New Republic were idiots. And yeah, so it's that's why we have the situation that we have now. We should not have to have learned that from an art book.
Holy shit, this is fast. It's too fast. That's the only thing I'm noticing that's actually harder here is the minigames are just freaking ridiculously fast. Oh jeez, I can't even imagine doing the fucking quick draw. Damn you! I knew you were gonna perfectly counter me.
Ain't it my turn?
No, because I died on the stage. Or is that how it works?
It's whoever someone completes a stage.
Well, I didn't complete any stage. I died here.
What? Oh, okay, right. You died. Wait, you died?
I died. I was trying to not die against the clock boss, and then I died after him.
Oh.
Fucking jerk.
Okay. But wait, I thought we also switched off upon total deaths.
I didn't remember that. Well, then, let me get to out of this room. No, you take over my failures.
And, yeah, so... I do find it funny, a bunch of videos that I've been seeing that Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite is officially dead now.
Really? What happened to that third season of characters they were gonna do?
Well, when I see officially dead and I bother to look into them, the main conclusion, or the thing that they always show, that I usually see, is it's not going to be at EVO.
Oh, okay.
It has failed as a game, and it failed as a fighting game, because, it was pretty much guaranteed a spot at EVO on name alone. But it just failed so hard at what it was doing, it just didn't make the cut for EVO.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. Huh,
So-
I didn't know that was the thing on here. I never tried that.
What?
Dumping a power and getting a new one instantly breaks the old one, so you can't, like, pull a trick to, like, use it real quick and then dump it. They only give you a chance to get it back if you're going to get it back.
Yep.
Damn you! Where's the end of the level? I need to get out of this Mario Land. Ah! Jump higher! I don't want to do that. There we go, I made it through. I'm kind of wanting to bum rush these because I think I ain't confident enough to be able to do that. Oh fuck, we're actually out of time on this episode. Well, I got through it fast enough. Hey, look in the boss room. Ah. We'll see you guys in the next episode. Thank you for watching.
Later.